A Louisville City win tonight would guarantee them a spot in the playoffs, while the Pittsburgh Riverhounds are tied with the Charlotte Independents with 32 points, but are currently on the outside looking in. This will be the third match between the two sides, as they finish with a 1-1 draw in the first match off of a game-saving goal from Kadeem Dakers. More on him later. The second game, Louisville City won 2-1 thanks to a game-winning goal from Matt Fondy. Both teams want the full 3 points, but Louisville City will have to manage without Kadeem Dakers, as he is out tonight with an injury. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome into Louisville Slugger Field as Louisville City plays host to the Pittsburgh Riverhounds. Alongside Bob Valvano, I'm Jim Womble, and welcome all the Pittsburgh Riverhounds fans watching this match tonight. Bob, how are you?
I'm happy and delighted to be here on what's a beautiful night in Louisville. It's a very pleasant night, not very much breeze blowing, very moderate temperature, and there's a lot on the line for both of these teams. With a win, Louisville clinches a playoff spot. They've become only the second team to do that in this Eastern Conference, and Pittsburgh, of course, is in a dogfight to get into the playoffs right now. They're tied for what would be the last playoff spot. They are tied with Charlotte, both teams with 32 points, but Charlotte has a game in hand to get into that all-important 6th spot. So a lot on the line for both teams tonight, and both these teams love to put the ball in the back of the net. They score at a tremendous rate. The two highest scoring teams in the conference, Louisville leading the Eastern Conference with 48 goals scored, Pittsburgh right behind them with 47. Nobody else is even close. They're fully 8 goals ahead of the nearest team, the New York Red Bulls, who have 39. So these two teams can light up the scoreboard, and we expect offensive fireworks tonight.
And speaking of goal scoring, both these teams feature absolute studs. Matt Fondy for Louisville City with 18 goals on the season, and Rob Vincent for the Pittsburgh Riverhounds features 17 goals. And also, speaking of goals, we've got a special package for everybody tonight as the USL put this together, where we'll get a look at the top 4 goal scorers of this season in a great package, and here it is now.
Yeah, these guys.
Bowden again cuts it back to his right. They haven't learned a redirect shot and a goal. Orlando City. Kevin Molino has scored 20 goals in the 2014 season.
Chipped into the back post, and there's the opener. Who else? Danny Koenig.
There on the might think. Draghi rolls now. That opportunity, and Fondy finds the back of the net as Louisville City in the final minute of the first half.
No, they lay it off. It's Rob Vincent. Yes! What a great goal! What a...
Welcome back into Louisville Slugger Field, as that was a great look as all of those guys are chasing the record of Kevin Molino. As right now we get a look at all the players coming onto the field. As we mentioned in the open, this being the third meeting between both sides. Again, Kadeem Dakers will not be in the lineup tonight for Louisville City, as Charlie Adams will take his place in the starting lineup, which we'll get to in just a moment.
I apologize for that confusion. I thought we weren't on, and that's a good thing I didn't swear.
That would have been an interesting open.
We were just having a dry run through there because we watched the scorers chasing the single season goals record of Kevin Molino of 20. Now I understand what we were looking at. That's what happens when you don't get a chance to see the package thing first. And again, just to make clear so everybody understands, the 3 guys that we looked at are right behind him. Danny Koenig with 19, Matt Fondy with 18, Rob Vincent with 17, chasing Molino, who set the record last year. Now, I thought we were looking at the top 4 scorers for this year, so now we're set. And then you helped me along by telling me we weren't on the air. So it's just a general train wreck to get on tonight. That's good. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you were entertained by it.
I know I was entertained.
I'm sure you were entertained. I was lost, but I wasn't particularly entertained. Nonetheless, we're ready now.
As we recompose ourselves, once again, Bob Alvano alongside Jim Womble, and I guess welcome back again. As we'll go ahead and go through the starting lineups, as you can see them out on the field tonight. And we'll start with the home side, Louisville City. In goal, we've got Scott Goodwin, and in the back line, the usual suspects, Brian Burke, Enrique Montano, Tariq Morad, and Sean Reynolds. He's also starting in place of Connor Shinosky, as Shinosky is still recovering from I believe, a broken nose that he suffered in a game. And in the midfield, we've got Juan Guzman, Niall McCabe, Magnus Rasmussen, and then Charlie Adams in place of Kadeem Dakers, and of course Aiden Quinn. And up top, you saw him in the package, number 9, Matt Fondy, the captain and leading goal scorer for Louisville City. As for the Pittsburgh Riverhounds, in goal, we've got Cal Brown, and in the back, Ben Noonan, Willie Hunt, Anthony Arena, Sterling Flunder, and in the midfield, it's Lebo Moloto, Robbie Vincent, the leading goal scorer for the Riverhounds, 17 goals. He was also in that package. And then Kevin Kerr. And up top, got Matthew Dahlman, Boris Zivanovic, and Michael Green.
4-3-3 for Pittsburgh. Louisville going with that very familiar 4-5-1. Matt Fondy, the sole man up top, and he has produced for them to the tune of 8 goals. And we'll see, how Dakers being out of the lineup affects this team, because he has certainly been completely in sync with Brian Burke on that right side. The two of them doing a terrific job setting up Matt Fondy with a lot of give and goes, 1-2 passes, and able to get it right to Fondy where he can do some damage. So we will see. Although Charlie Adams playing very well. He had a goal last game in that friendly against Orlando City. So we certainly don't expect too much of a drop-off. Charlie's been playing some very good soccer as well.
And of course, the last time we saw this Louisville City side, they were playing Orlando City in a friendly, and they came away with a 3-1 win. In a spectacular showing by Louisville City. Again, it wasn't quite the top side for Orlando City, but nonetheless, a big momentum win for Louisville City as they are heading towards the playoffs in a couple moments.
As they're introducing the starters, they introduced Sean Reynolds. He had a really strong match as well. Early on, Orlando City, who had come in off of scoring just 1 goal in their last 4 matches, they were trying to get on the board early, and Reynolds was really put to the test early and really did a nice job of rising to the occasion and playing that solid defense in the back line, as you said, filling in for Shinovsky. So that's a big plus. And that's another big plus. You take a look right there at the crowds. They are taking great pride, this Louisville team, and thinking that they've got as big a home field advantage as there exists in the league. They set their all-time, it's only 1 year, of course, but they set the attendance record in their last match, that friendly against Orlando City, that was over 9,400. And to be honest with you, it's a pretty good crowd in here tonight as well. There's pretty good yardsticks we use, certain sections when there's people there. You know it's a good crowd. It's like another good crowd tonight.
Of course, we'll take a quick break for the playing of our national anthem. Welcome back into Louisville Slugger Field. As that was a beautiful rendition of our national anthem. As both teams now shaking hands, going through the lineups, and getting ready. It says we're mere moments away from this game coming underway.
I believe you alluded to it already, but even though these two teams are very high scoring, they played two relatively normal scoring, I guess for lack of a better word, matches. The first match was a 1-1 draw that Kadeem Dakers, who as you already mentioned is out tonight, scored in stoppage time to get the equalizer. And then that man you're looking at right now in purple, number 9, Matt Fondy, had the game winner in the second matchup to give Louisville a 2-1 victory. And we will see how things play out tonight in the third meeting with a lot on the line, as we've already talked about for both of these teams.
As again, the captains meeting on the line. Shaking hands, flipping the coin. It's now my favorite part, seeing the guys line up for the pictures before the match. As it's an absolutely beautiful night temperature-wise. Oh, actually,
yeah.
Perhaps maybe a little warm, a little humid, as it's about 90 degrees is what it feels like outside tonight.
Yeah, let's go see. Let's ask Siri.
Let's see what Siri has to say about the weather. Again,
well, you're a little off. 86 degrees. Not a bad guess, all things considered. But very, it's not that humid. It's not particularly uncomfortable, and the wind is not blowing. Even the other night, even though it was a gorgeous night, it was really breezy, and it didn't factor into the game, but high balls really could have been affected by that. Tonight, I don't even think you'll see that. It's a very benign breeze blowing, and that shouldn't affect very much of anything.
As the players are taking their spots out on the field, getting last-minute huddles. Last-minute group, as there's a shot of Louisville City right there. And again, Aiden Quinn, you see them. We didn't mention it yet, but he had perhaps the best goal in the USL all season long off of one of the most ridiculous free kicks that I have ever seen in my entire life.
Absolutely. Yeah, you know, and listen, that's the old adage. Does winning breed chemistry, or does chemistry breed winning? I don't know. But I can tell you firsthand, not that, you know, we're in a bowling league together or anything, but these guys really do like each other. They spend time away from the pitch together. They enjoy each other's company, and it translates to the field. They really, really work well together. And I think that's one of the keys to the success for this Louisville team. And you have to tip your hat to the coach, James O'Connor, because he really spent time trying to get a certain type of individual in here, guys that, you know, really do put the team first, and I think he's done a good job of that. Of course, he's coaching against a legend tonight. Mark Steffens has won 2 USL championships. He's in the USL Hall of Fame. So you've got a pretty distinguished fellow on the other sideline.
As we are finally underway here at Louisville Slugger Field, as Louisville City in the home purples attacking from left to right, and the Riverhounds in the yellow attacking from right to left. As the Riverhounds looking to get the attack started very early before it's broken up momentarily by Louisville City. So now Burke going on the right side, and this time he'll be working with Niall McCabe.
Yeah, that's right where he and Kadeem Dakers have been having their bread and butter all year. That play you saw right there, a little give and go on the right side, and one of them carries it in a position where they can cross it, and Mr. Fondy, more often than not, does the rest.
As now Fondy comes up to get it off of the throw, and
Nice
he threads
ball.
the needle to McCabe. McCabe now with the chance, crosses it in. But good defense by the Riverhounds to prevent Louisville City from pouncing. As Louisville City will maintain possession here with Burke sending in from the throw-in. They'll look to switch fields as Montano is getting pressured. And an errant ball from Louisville City as the Riverhounds pick it up, but give it right back to Louisville City.
We talked about the leading goal scorers, 2 of the top 3 in this match. You've also got a guy, 2 of the guys of the top very high in the assist and setting up the goals. Here's a chance for Louisville.
As Montaneau crosses it in, but nice job by Brown to come off his line to pick it out of the air as both Rasmussen and Fondy were in the box waiting.
Right on cue. We're talking about the leading assist man in the league. Montaneau's one of them. He's tied for 7th. He's got 6 assists on the year. Tied for 3rd is his teammate Brian Burke. The leader is number 10 for Pittsburgh, Kevin Kerr. Watch him. He is certainly a guy capable of creating opportunities for that big goal scorer for his team, Rob Vincent.
As Louisville City trying to get things started along the right side, but that ball goes out of bounds. As that's been the bread and butter really of Louisville City, is attacking along that right side, and the combination of Burke, from really Burke to Dakers, back to Burke to Fondy.
Exactly. It has been a little wall pass there, a little back and forth, give and go, pick your term, and then they strike.
As that ball going all the way back to Goodwin, where he clears it. Again, looking for Fondy. It's now Burke and Guzman. All the way back to Reynolds. That takes a deflection. Fondy coming back trying to help. As McCabe tried to win that in the air.
There's all sorts of room here on Louisville's offensive left side.
As we'll try and capitalize on that, but that ball too far in front of Charlie Adams. Will go out of bounds for a goal kick. Of course, one of Pittsburgh's other goalies, actually Ryan Thompson, was Jamaica's goalkeeper in the Gold Cup. And he was part of the team that knocked the United States out of the competition. And of course, Kyle Brown in tonight.
Oh, and there's that
again,
the carpet.
As we've seen a number of players over the season slip on that, including Louisville City players as well, as it is a noticeably different surface.
If you just first time you're seeing a game here in Louisville, this is the AAA home of the Cincinnati Reds minor league affiliate, the Louisville Bats, and the infield is covered in a sports turf. It's a carpet that's nailed down, but they don't have the little rubberized pellets that they normally put on it for traction, and so you see players slipping a little bit here, as we did on that last play.
As Rasmussen tried to get things started, was looking for McCabe along that right side. But that ball a little too far in front.
And you see, might have got a glimpse of the coach, James O'Connor, turning his back in a little disgust there. Coaches not big fans of unforced errors.
Here's now Murad. Louisville City will look to attack along the left side, up to Montaneau. They'll play along with Adams, who brings it into the middle. Now over to Burke along the right side. Burke finds Adams in the middle, a nice move. Up to Rasmussen, to Fondy, back to Rasmussen. A couple players going down, Fondy picks it up.
Nicely defended, really, because Louisville had some nice movement there. Looked like they were going to fire one on goal. Couldn't get the shot away.
As Burke trying to make his way along the right side and getting a foul.
Here's the replay. Adams did some nice work there. Now watch the nice touch there by Fondy. Looks like there might be a shot broken up nicely, actually twice. That time by Anthony Arena.
As Louisville City took that very quickly. Now Guzman with the ball as they'll look to reset. It's now Murad being pressured. We'll send it all the way back to Goodwin. Goodwin will find McCabe along the left side. A turnover by Louisville City. The Riverhounds unable to make them pay there. It's now Guzman along the right side. Again, we'll have to send it all the way back to Goodwin. Be interesting Watching to see if the Riverhounds play a high line of attack. Louisville City's made some mistakes in the back. Is now across into the box looking for Fondy, but Brown coming off his line to pick it up.
Again, for the people who haven't seen Louisville play before, the work rate of Matt Fondy is something to be marveled at, and his teammates know it and respect it. Here he comes right now. He is just relentless. You get a good look at him there. Tireless. He's the wind-up doll. Just chases everything, and he chases 15 balls and gets to one. He puts that in the back of the net. That could be the difference. That's his approach. He's strong player as well. You see him using his body almost like a basketball player, boxing out to get position and balls in the air.
As Adams gets that over to Burke on the right side, he sends the cross in.
Looking for you-know-who.
Maybe we should entitle that a movie, I think. We call it Finding Fondy. They've got Finding Forrester. Why not Finding Fondy? You'll hear his name a lot tonight. Now the Riverhounds trying to get a couple quick passes together, but Louisville City breaks it up.
That is going to be out of his reach, I think.
That was Burke looking for Charlie Adams, and starting in place of Kadeem Dakers tonight.
Charlie's had some, he's been nicked up a little bit as well, but healthy enough to get the start tonight as Dakers gets the night off. Short week, and Louisville's not fared very well after short weeks. They're won easily. The game they refer to around here as the debacle. It's the 4-0 loss at home to Montreal, and boy, that was as ugly as they played all year, including the first matches when they were still just trying to get to know each other.
As Louisville City did go on a big scoreless streak early in the season, and that was off a series of games off of short rest. So Louisville City, again, as you just pointed out, really have not fared all that well off of quick turnarounds.
That was a good diagonal long ball there and forced Montano to take a foul there. They were in a vulnerable position, and now leads to a good spot for a free kick here for Pittsburgh.
As Matthew Dahlman lining up to take this one for the Riverhounds.
Let's keep an eye on number 6, Robbie Vincent, the league's 3rd leading scorer with 17 goals.
Dahlman sends it into the box. That ball headed up high into the sky. That'll be a goal kick to Louisville City. Again, Pittsburgh applying pressure up high. Montano picks it up, sends that over to McCabe to Fondy along the far side.
Nicely defended.
Fondy somehow the extra effort gets it back, is now in the box, and was trying to find Juan Guzman at the top, or McCabe, excuse me. Again, Matt Fondy, the extra effort.
That was remarkable. I thought he was defended about as well as you can be. Take a look at this little bit of magic here. I mean, that is pretty solid defense right there by Ben Noonan, and still Fondy gets around him, makes a dangerous pass here, and the only play is to knock it out and concede the corner, and Louisville will get its first corner, and it's another Corners for Cancer to raise money for the V Foundation for cancer research. $25 more thanks to that good effort by Matt Fondy.
And Niall McCabe set to take this one, sends it in. That ball comes out, a shot from distance, but that one goes wide. As typically we've seen Enrique Montano in recent weeks take these corner kicks for Louisville City, as they've seen much better results.
That was Guzman, wasn't it, I think, with the strike there, and he really was sizing it up, took his time, tried to pick out that far upper corner and just put it wide. But as you're, that's a good point. I thought Louisville had been having really good success with Montano taking the corners. They went a little different look here. Here it is again. McCabe, ball gets deflected. Look at him size that up, takes his time, and just can't get it to that far corner.
So now the Riverhounds looking to get the attack started. There's a beautiful move there. Now along the far side, that ball sent into the box. And a poor attempt by Zivanovic, but he was in the right place. That ball skied over the net. First real attempt for the Riverhounds. As Goodwin getting set. And sends that one deep downfield. And that going off of McCabe. But, excuse me, not McCabe, but will stay with Louisville City. Now Burke. And a beautiful ball from McCabe, but just too much pace.
Is the effort you mentioned a moment ago. Just gets underneath it and sends it far over the crossbar.
As Goodwin getting pressured, and he'll try and clear it. As Rasmussen having to come back. And Fondy
doing that. He's like a tree. You just can't move him out of there in the high balls.
As his positioning is frequently perfect. As he's always in a position.
There have been pop-ups in this stadium that didn't go as high as that ball. That was down the left side. Can Fondy catch it?
As Fondy able to keep it in.
And he's going to win a corner out of it. That's just the kind of effort. Little plays like that.
He never ceases to amaze.
Anthony Arena, with a
Flying
great effort
in.
to get back, wiped out the ball, the flag. Didn't pick up a foul, but conceded the corner as the flag has to be replaced, I think, before they take this kick. Take a look at this. Well, first of all, great effort by Fondy. Saves it, gathers himself again on the slippery carpet, and then Arena just comes in with a great hustle play. Puts an end to that, but it'll be another corner for Louisville.
As Montano getting set to take this one.
Yeah, this is the more usual alignment, and he's been so good on these. We have flag issues. Uh-oh. He's on the radio. That's not a good sign. Nope, flag is out. And a disgusting flag toss. Oh, dangerous ball, but nobody there. He's had a little bit of everything tonight in the first 15 minutes of this one.
As that poor flag didn't know what hit it. Lights out. As we'll have to try and get a replacement there. Is now Fondy
onside.
Along the right side.
A lot of
This
room.
crosses it in.
Oh, nicely played by Brown.
As he was looking for Burke there, who was in the vicinity, but Brown skied. Pick that one.
It's the willingness of Fondy to go out wide more tonight than we've seen him in other matches. He's trying to be a little bit more of a facilitator, for lack of a better word, getting out there wide and trying to create some opportunities for his teammates, moving that defensive back line, sideline to sideline.
There's Reynolds trying to get rid of it for Louisville City. Going all the way back to Goodwin. He's getting pressured.
And good
Turn it
job
over.
on the pressure. Forces the ball over the sideline. A throw in now for Pittsburgh.
There's Reynolds heading it out. And they will switch fields. They'll have to reset here. A little back and forth as Louisville City for a moment had possession. The Riverhounds now back in control. It's now a nice move there to get inside the box. Louisville City trying to clear it.
They have some room here. This
Now
could be.
the counter looks like it's on.
No, but again, the giveaway.
That's a beautiful effort there by Pittsburgh. As it looked like Magnus Rasmussen and Matt Fondy were off to the races.
Yeah, they are dangerous in that. Rasmussen's best work has been done off of the counter, I think. He has been really dangerous.
So that was Flunder, I believe, coming back to win that ball back for the Pittsburgh Riverhounds. As again, he had to be there, otherwise very likely would have been a shot on goal for Louisville City. That ball finding Adams. He draws a foul. And we've got the first yellow card
Wow.
of the night.
I was just going to say, we really haven't had too physical a match so far. That match the other night, even though it was a friendly, it had some serious physical elements to it. We had some cards, we had some bookings. Tonight, we haven't had really much of anything, but that one was a hard foul on Adams. First yellow card of the night.
And that yellow card going against Robbie Vincent.
Right there. Puts his hand up. Robbie Vincent not having a good day. One would assume he's a Liverpool man. He was born in Liverpool, England, and his hometown side had a rough time with West Ham today in the BPL.
That's one way of phrasing that, as Burke again attempted a nutmeg there. Pittsburgh pounced on it and started the counterattack, as they'll get a throw in deep in Louisville City's defensive third.
I shouldn't say that. So I see now he started his career with Everton, so I have no idea if he's got loyalty to Liverpool or not. But he certainly is playing well for this team. Third leading scorer in the league with 17 goals on the season.
As Green sent that one in off the throw, and Fondi coming back to help. As Quinn racing to it.
It's going to be a Pittsburgh free kick, I believe.
As Quinn came over and absolutely bulldozed Ben Noonan.
This Pittsburgh team's been pretty sound defensively so far tonight. We've talked about their propensity to play high-scoring games, meaning they score a lot, but they give up a lot. They've given up 38 goals on the season, which is tied for the most, second most rather, in the Eastern Conference. They've also scored 47, which is second most. So usually we've had some high-scoring affairs with this team, but tonight they've been pretty sound in the back.
And also credit to Louisville City as well, as they haven't allowed Pittsburgh to do a whole lot in the offensive third. Is only a couple chances really for either side.
Yeah, 2 shots so far according to our unofficial stats.
There's Rasmussen working with McCabe.
Nice.
Give and go.
Oh, nicely defended though, stepping up, anticipating that, and taking it away.
So now the Riverhounds will look to attack on the near side. That ball sent in. Good one tracking it. And will go out of bounds for a goal kick.
That's awkward for a goalkeeper. You're not sure what it's going to do when it's going that way. Is it going to hit the bar? Is it going to come back on this side, on the far side?
As Guzman will get set. Try to send this one deep downfield. And again, looking for Fondi, trying to get position. And Fondi will draw a foul.
Pleading his case, and the official agrees, although I don't think they took the Pittsburgh players' vote into consideration there. Again, he's so good that way. Fondi just plants himself, and like I said, he looks like a basketball player boxing out on a missed shot. Just can't move him, can't get around him.
There's Adams.
This is a dangerous spot for him. He's done well with the set pieces from this part of the field.
As Adams sends it in.
Not that one though.
A hard ball, but off target.
Looking for Morad, was it? I think it might have been.
As Morad was in the vicinity. Brown. Lining up the goal kick, and he also sends it deep and wide, and a beautiful header as Green almost able to corral it. Rasmussen coming back. He goes to the ground, stays with Pittsburgh. So now Green. Louisville City will get it back here, and they'll look to get the counter started as Fondi was all by himself.
Just a little bit, an inch here, a foot there. Not quite clicking early, and you don't want to blame it all on the absence of Kadeem Dakers, but I do think that's a factor. He is seemingly right in the middle of all of those kinds of plays, one way or another, on the triggering part or on the receiving end.
As the Riverhounds trying to switch fields here. And that ball flicked into the box. But nobody able to run onto it as Goodwin scoops it up.
It's a good ball right there.
So now Adams. He'll send it out wide to McCabe. McCabe crosses in. Rasmussen
nice
chasing
play.
it.
Boy, Brown, that's a nice play right there because he literally has a split second of difference there. He's a half count late coming off that line. Fondy beats him to it, and he has to catch it cleanly too. He did both those things. Well played.
So now the Riverhounds. Louisville City breaks it up quickly, trying to get the attack started immediately. That ball left for Montaneau. And Louisville City will look, perhaps switch fields. Send it up in the middle to Rasmussen. Poor ball as the Riverhounds pick it up. So now Rasmussen and Guzman. And he gets it up to McCabe. What a beautiful job by Flunder to pick it up. So now the Riverhounds trying to work it from the defensive third. Louisville City disrupts it.
It's been a very competitive match and a very even match, which isn't surprising, but I don't think it's taken the shape that we thought it might, given the offensive productivity of these two teams. They have been both held very much in check. There's the play we talked about earlier. Fondy is right there. Brown has got to make the perfect play. Keep that one from winding up in the back of the net.
Now the Riverhounds trying to get something started on the far side.
Goal kick for Louisville.
There's Montaneau and Murad stopping that attack. There's now Quinn and Guzman. Send it all the way back to Goodwin. Rasmussen coming back.
Is he onside? He is.
The flag stays down as McCabe sends the cross in, but nobody on the far post. As both Fondy and Rasmussen were running towards goal.
Meanwhile, we did not notice somebody came and repaired that corner flag right in front of us. He sneaked in there. I didn't see him do it.
I only just now noticed it because you pointed it out. So now Guzman over to Quinn. I'll get it back. So now Burke up to McCabe, looking for the give and go. If McCabe's able to get onto it, he does. But not able to get enough strength behind that ball to find Fondy.
Oh, nice job coming back. Let's make the defensive play there. Absolutely.
Huge play as Louisville City was looking to get a shot off there. On the near side to Vincent, and he'll switch fields.
They've looked for that long diagonal pass 3 times. They've really put pressure on Montaneau in the back, but he's been up to the task, and he is here again. Wins the throw-in.
Is that ball going off of Kevin Kerr as he's been really effective for Pittsburgh along that right side. A little confusion there as Matthew Dahlman thought that ball was staying with Pittsburgh. Louisville City will get the throw in. Now Adams over to Rasmussen, and he'll switch fields to McCabe, who's got a little bit of space, but an excellent job by Flunder to cut off that cross.
Gets Louisville a corner, and they've been dangerous here. We'll see if Montenot takes it again, as he has for most of this season, although he didn't take the first one. Here he goes again.
Montenot lining this attempt up. And he sends a low ball into McCabe at the top of the box. And Montenot gets it back, crosses in. Reynolds with the header.
Oh my!
Just wide.
That was beautifully designed, perfectly executed. Montenot, short corner, gets it back and puts it right on the head of Reynolds. And he just can't turn it on goal. That is easily the best opportunity so far of the match here in the 29th minute. Take a look again. This ball is right on the money, and he goes for the far post and just puts it wide.
And you can see the fans in the background, the supporter section. They had their hands raised. They thought that one was destined for the back of the net. Now in the 30th minute here, still scoreless at Louisville Slugger Field. Now Rasmussen, a nice move. They'll send it back to Reynolds. Now Fondy with the ball.
That's nicely defended there.
And somehow Pittsburgh keeps it in. Now Louisville disrupts it for just a moment.
Pittsburgh's done a nice job of not giving Louisville time and space, as there'll be a free kick here and a yellow card. Wow.
That going against Juan Guzman.
It's one now for each side.
A yellow card was issued to Louisville City. Juan Guzman.
Riverhounds now try and get something started off of this free kick. Serena plays it short. Now along the right side, but a poor touch. Quinn picks it up. Now up to Fondy, and the counter might be on for Louisville City. Quinn's trying to switch fields as he was looking for McCabe. That ball picked up. And that is Juan Guzman's 5th yellow card, so he will miss the next match for Louisville City. Yeah, yellow card accumulation.
Louisville needs all the bodies they can get. They have some matches jammed together here. They'll play again Wednesday.
A beautiful move and shot, put right into the hands of Scott Goodwin as Lebo Moloto put the moves on.
Might have been able to do a little bit more with that shot. Put it right at Scotty. Scotty didn't have to do anything but catch it cleanly. Is it? Well, I thought that might be a chance, but it goes home.
Moloto was there.
Yeah, he was ready. I started to say before they interrupted with that good scoring opportunity. Louisville played this past week, as we mentioned, and now comes back again and has to play on Wednesday, short week against Harrisburg, their last regular season home match.
As Juan Guzman, the second Louisville City player to have to miss a match because of yellow cards. Aiden Quinn already having to sit one out. So now Murad Up to Adams, and he's got some space. Over to Rasmussen, now in the middle of the field. To McCabe on the right side. He crosses it in, but right into Brown's hands. Once again, Matt Fondy was there.
Yeah, but they're not going to be able to play it that deep. Brown has shown he is comfortable, confident. He's coming off that line. They're going to have to certainly do something a little bit higher out in the box to create some opportunities.
Now Montano sends that ball back to Murad, who's getting pressured.
Pittsburgh's done a really good job of that. They've been pressuring the whole match and really not giving Louisville much time to with the ball. Is another, you see it each time they get it, guys coming from the back challenging, and there's a perfect example, and they create a turnover.
So now Louisville City picks it right back as both Guzman and Burke. Out to Adams. Leave it off for Guzman, up to Burke now. There's an errant ball. Now Goodwin. Now Adams up to Montano on the far side. Adams will get it back, sent it in, looking for either Montano or Fondy, as both were there. But too much pace on that ball.
Certainly Louisville all year through primarily Burke and Dakers have worked that right side far more frequently than they have the left. And I'm wondering here tonight, even though Dakers is out, it's the same thing. Or I wonder, do they avoid the left side when they're playing down at this end because of the baseball infield? But certainly looks like there's more room on this left side, doesn't there? But they've not opted to come this way very often.
Well, I would agree for majority of the night, it looks like there's been space and opportunities along the left side.
Here they are again on the right side.
So now McCabe. McCabe, a nice move there, chips it into the box. And a header there by Quinn, but saved by Brown. He's not able to get a whole lot on that ball.
Still, though, I like that idea about looking a little bit higher. Took Brown out of the equation of him coming off the line to come take that ball away. We've seen him do that 3 or 4 times already tonight.
There's Molito.
It's that long diagonal pass to the right.
Coming back into the middle before Montano disrupts it.
Nicely played by Montano to control it.
Pittsburgh gets it right back.
Again, the pressure. They quick to turn, make that transition, put the pressure on it, win it back. Done that all night.
It's now Flunder, and a nice move there on the left side of Brian Burke. Able to follow that ball out of bounds and we'll get the throw in for Louisville City. There's Reynolds. Not sure where that ball was headed.
Yeah, it's just a giveaway there. And there's a little bit of room here in the middle of the field. Pittsburgh.
Molito, nice ball. And Quinn picks it up, and Quinn taken down.
Quinn takes a little exception.
Quinn shoving him back. A couple of words exchanged between the two. The ref having to step in.
Quinn is like, didn't you know I was on SportsCenter?
Did you not see my free kick?
Did you not see that? Can't kick me.
So Murad up to Quinn. Now to Burke on the right side. An errant ball looking for McCabe.
It's that miscommunication we talked about. This guy's at right side is not the usual lineup for this Louisville City team.
Just throwing deep in Pittsburgh's own end. As Burke was trying to disrupt that ball. And that ball will be sent all the way to the other end. stay with Louisville City as Burke. Gets it right back from McCabe. Fondy coming back, trying to win it, and he does with the extra effort. Now off to the races, Matt Fondy. Is he going to do it himself? Still holding onto the ball inside the box.
Boy, defended so well by Arena there. I'll tell you, Anthony Arena, he was with him stride for stride.
Nice Quinn there, picking up the foul as Arena was beat by Matt Fondy early, fell down, got back up on his feet, and he perhaps saved a goal.
Boy, didn't even give Louisville a chance, didn't even give him a shot.
So there's Quinn getting tangled up. Now a couple times, a couple Pittsburgh defenders with some perfect tackles.
Anthony Arena, former member of our U.S. national team, U18 national team, and U20 national team. Played his college soccer for Wake Forest, the Demon Deacons. Last year there was 2012 before going on to the Seattle Sounders FC U23 squad.
It's now Montaneau, the counter on for Louisville City. It's now up to Adams, and he'll send the cross in. Got that ball too far in. Yep. Brown scooping it up. Brown sending that ball deep. Vincent leaves it back to Flunder. Now up to Molito. And he'll send that ball in. It'll go out of bounds for a goal kick. Now the 40th minute, still scoreless here at Louisville Slugger Field. A couple huge defensive plays for the Pittsburgh Riverhounds. Now Goodwin. Looking for Fondy, gets a head on it. It'll go right back to Pittsburgh.
See the sense of urgency at this stage of the season. It's starting to show itself. We're getting down to the home stretch. Louisville with a win tonight would clinch a playoff spot. Pittsburgh is in a dogfight for the last playoff spot. They're currently tied for the 6th and last playoff position.
It was a nice ball, but Reynolds picks it up as that ball looking for Molito.
Again, a little bit of a communication breakdown there. Reynolds talking with McCabe, who's like, "Where were you, dude? Thought you'd be running from the back there. There's nobody home."
Thought you had my back, man. It's now Flunder, crosses that ball in. Goodwin.
Each team's only been able to muster 2 shots and force the goalkeeper to make 1 save. So it's been for these 2 teams, shocking to me with the offensive fireworks of these 2 teams that I guess they're both showing a good, healthy respect for the other's attack.
Now the Riverhounds trying to work along that far side. Montaneau temporarily disrupted, but stays with the Riverhounds. There's a cross sent in, but Reynolds picks it up in the sky. Now Guzman over to McCabe.
Good ball. Good ball here. Oh, and the flag is up. Or it's a foul. Oh my goodness.
It's a foul going against Matt Fondy there.
Wow, and I think that may be the victim of the carpet. The referee saw the Pittsburgh player go down, and I just assumed that Fondy made it happen, but I'm not sure, although you take a look at Hunt, he seems to be pretty sure he was pushed down. Right there, you take a look, we only got the tail end of it right there.
As if not for that whistle, Magnus Rasmussen was going to be on goal by himself.
Fondy's a very physical player. We've talked about that. He is not going to shy away from contact, so he was right in the middle of a little wrestling match there again.
As Fondy goes up, wins that one, and he draws a foul.
On a card here.
It's now Montano. That shot from distance, but that always wide. Won't go out for a goal kick. Now a couple players having words with the ref. That's William Hunt picking up that yellow card. Another look at that last attempt.
Left-footed drive from distance, not really much of a threat there.
Now Rasmussen up to Fondy and gets it to McCabe. But Pittsburgh breaks it up. There's Reynolds heading it down. Stays with Pittsburgh. Go out of bounds for a throw in to the Riverhounds. Pittsburgh working deep out of their own end as Fondy giving chase. That ball picked up by Montano. Gets it up to Fondy, and Fondy again goes down, no whistle, and the counter's on for Pittsburgh.
Dangerous.
Beautiful ball, and Ivanovic taken down.
Yep.
And we'll have a penalty as Burke. A little too physical on that challenge. Excuse me, that Boris Zivanovic there.
Everybody pleading their case, but I don't think it's going to do much good. This is in the 45th minute. Take a look again. It's a really good ball, and I'll tell you, he puts his hands on his hips. That's he's playing with fire there. Brian Burke playing with fire. It all started because Fondy thought he got fouled at the start of it. And here you see the tail end of it, and Burke makes a contact with him, and that's going to lead to this opportunity for Pittsburgh to get the game's first goal.
As Robbie Vincent getting set to take this one here. So Robbie Vincent lines it up, takes the shot, and buries it in the far right side of the net. As nothing Goodwin could have done there. As a beautiful penalty by Robbie Vincent. That gives him 18 goals on the season, tying Matt Fondy.
Well, Louisville has been in this situation before where they've had to play from behind. That's a disheartening one, as we're now technically in stoppage time here for this first half. There'll be 2 minutes of stoppage time, and that's a dead right corner. Scotty guessed the wrong way anyway, but had he even guessed right, I'm not sure he touches that one. That's perfectly placed.
Now Burke off of the restart. Gets it up to Rasmussen, to McCabe now.
Again, they're just not, it's like the string of 3 passes that they normally put together. They're getting the first 2. They can't find that third one.
We're in stoppage time right now. Now Rasmussen sends that ball in. But a huge play there by Anthony Arena.
He's had a good, solid defensive game. Fondy did so well to hold and stay on side.
As Burke chips that ball in, Fondy chested. Trying to get control. Leaves it for Montano, crosses it in.
Too far, too deep again. Easy one for Brown. Well, we've seen some big legs on goalkeepers here, but I'm not sure any bit bigger than Brown. He is. Chicks dig the long ball. This guy can bang it, and when it comes out of there, it comes out of there hard, heavy.
there is a final whistle for the first half as again Pittsburgh picking up a late goal there off of that penalty. A number of yellow cards in that first half as Juan Guzman picking one up for Louisville City, and Robbie Vincent and Willie Hunt the other yellow cards for Pittsburgh. As an interesting first half there, we saw a flag go down, requiring some surgery. It got replaced. We'll be right back with more from Louisville Slugger Field in Louisville, Kentucky. You've been watching live action of the USL Soccer exclusively on the Louisville City FC YouTube channel, produced by Turbo Sports Group.
They haven't learned a redirect shot and a goal. Orlando City. Kevin Molino has scored 20 goals in the 2014 season.
Chipped into the back post, and there's the opener. Who else? Danny Koenig.
There on him, I think. Draghi rolls now. That opportunity, and Bundy finds the back of the net as Louisville City in the final minute of the first half.
No, they lay it off. It's Rob Vincent. Yes! What a great goal! Oh, what a...
I mean, I was like, what are you doing?
A very physical half of soccer saw 3 yellow cards, a broken flag, and a tackle in the box. They gave us the lone goal of the first half from a perfect PK from Robbie Vincent to give the Riverhounds the 1-0 lead. Welcome back into Louisville Slugger Field. Alongside Bob Valvano, I'm Jim Womble. And an interesting first half of soccer, as we expected to be a bevy of shots from both sides, as these are the two most potent offenses in the entire USL.
Yeah, it's been, I think it's a matter of these two teams having that much respect for the other that they made a commitment to defense first, not only team-wise, but with the big scorers on each team. And so they've really kept those guys in check. Matt Fondy has not had a shot in the match. And Robbie Vincent, his only shot is the penalty kick that he converted beautifully. And that is the difference in the game. Pittsburgh with the lone goal leaves it at the intermission 1-0.
As we can also report that the flag is back and they were surgically repairing it during halftime. Actually, it was rather enjoyable to watch, as they had a bevy of tools out there trying to piece it together.
If you weren't with us, it was a great hustle play by Anthony Arena, but my guess is he must have slid across it and snapped it off in whatever the mechanism is that holds it down in there, and they probably had a hard time getting the old one out and putting a new one in, but the game proudly marches on thanks to the effort of the maintenance crew.
As again, we're here moments away from getting this one back underway as the players are beginning to make their ways on to the pitch. As again, Louisville City was without Kadeem Dakers tonight, as he's got a bit of a knee sprain that he injured in the Orlando City friendly this past Tuesday. And perhaps maybe a little noticeable from the way they played that first half. Along the right side, not quite as crisp. A couple of errant balls between the players. And there's a look at O'Connor. Wonder what he was saying in the halftime. Is actually after the Orlando City game, he was a little frustrated that they didn't keep the clean sheet, as James O'Connor absolutely demands perfection.
Well, they've scored. They've won matches coming from behind. We've seen them do that. There's no question about that.
As we have a change for Louisville City at the halftime, as number 11, Niall McCabe, his night is finished, and he's replaced by number 14, Elijah Illick.
Now, he had a good match as well in the last friendly against Orlando City, so we'll see if he can bring, in fact, he made his presence felt right away, if you remember, having a couple of good opportunities within minutes of taking the pitch, and Louisville's going to need that tonight to get something going.
As we are now underway here in the second half, Louisville City again in the home purple, going from right to left, as Pittsburgh in the yellow and white, going from left to right is now a beautiful series of moves there along the far side by Louisville City. Now Burke coming up, tries to cross it in, but will win himself a corner. Again, Illick was part of that extremely bizarre free kick play by Louisville City that had both of us scratching our heads as they took it extremely quickly.
As the official was getting ready to book someone on the opposing team, so we weren't sure whether it was actually a play on or they played before the whistle, but nonetheless wound up in.
Montano does send that in, and Mariah tried to keep it in play. That falling all the way back to Guzman, and that ball sent miles high. So now Brown, and you mentioned this, he's got perhaps a bionic leg.
I mean, look, everybody, it's like watching the golfers now. Everybody hits the ball a mile, but he really seems to have an incredibly powerful leg. Put it on display a few times in that first half.
That ball going out of bounds, but we'll stay with the Riverhounds.
Curious to see what the attendance is announced as later. Just another terrific crowd. Louisville second in this USL in attendance. And they're not going to hurt themselves tonight, that's for sure.
Now Quinn getting that up to Illick. His first touch of the night. Tried to flick that up to Fondy.
They have been really solid in the back, though. They really have, this Pittsburgh team. I think Louisville's had very, very little time and space up front, really anywhere on the field.
And Louisville City liking to start on that right side, but without Dakers, not quite as effective tonight. So now Rasmussen.
This is a nice possession here.
Up to Adams. A nice move by Adams. We'll leave it off for Montenot. Get it right back.
No openings, though. Pittsburgh really organized, very sound all night long in the back.
Now Adams along his near side. He's getting double teamed. And they'll have to send that one back to Montenot.
Not a very threatening sequence there, thanks to the solid defense of the Riverhounds.
And that ball will go back to Pittsburgh.
I believe this team's given up as many goals as they have this year when you look at their defensive work tonight.
And again, we wonder if some of it might be fatigue on Louisville City's part off of the short turnaround. Again, we mentioned in the first half that Louisville City has not fared too well off of short rest.
They looked really awful against Montreal tonight. I've got to tip my hat to the visitors. They've been really sound defensively.
The Riverhounds just really just made better plays. That's Quinn, now up to Adams. And that ball looking for Rasmussen, but Brown again skying for the ball.
The Riverhounds have given up 38 goals on the season, which in the Eastern Conference of this USL is second worst to Harrisburg. Given up 46, but they've also scored 47, second to Louisville's 48, but Louisville's got 48 for and just 26 against. That's a big discrepancy, and yet Pittsburgh looks really sound tonight, as we said, defensively.
Of course, Pittsburgh obviously now tied with Louisville City with 48 goals on the season if this result holds. So now Adams, that ball finding Fondy in the box, and Fondy's slipping, but now Illick picking it up.
No room. Oh, Halleck with great hustle to win it back.
Now ball all the way back to Murad. And over to Guzman as Louisville City will look to restart on that far side. And an errant ball from Murad. And the Riverhounds looking to capitalize off of this attempt. A nice cutback. That ball sent in, but Murad is there to clear it. So now Dahlman sending that one in. And Reynolds skying to win that ball in the air. So now Quinn up to Adams. Louisville City looking to get their attack started. Rasmussen goes down and will draw a foul. So Montenot is looking for Adams, but Arena will follow that one out. The goal kicked to the Riverhounds. Brown will get another look at his massive foot. And again, he sends that one way downfield. And Rasmussen was sending that one up. He's trying to find Fondi, but I believe he was offside as the flag is up.
Well, you know he's not going to stop working because he's not wired that way, but they have defended Matt Fondi probably as well as anybody has all year. That's how good and cohesive they have been in defending the league's second leading scorer. Well, that's a handball there.
As a Louisville City trying to clear it, and Burke will win the throw-in. Burke getting pressured, a nice through ball, and now Rasmussen some space along the far side, but it's closed down almost immediately. And he'll switch fields as Quinn racing onto it.
Oh, and couldn't do anything with it.
And he actually had some time there
Yeah,
to
it might have been
settle.
better serve trying to settle, but you know, again, that's on that little patch of carpet over there, and I think if the guys have to make a really quick stop there, they know it's futile, so I think he thought his best chance was see if he could defy the odds and pull one back, and obviously couldn't do it.
Brown picking out his target. That ball will stay with the Riverhounds.
Did they call that penalty kick in stoppage time or the 45th minute? What is the official stat? I didn't see that.
As we'll pull that up here.
No, it was in the 45th minute.
Now the Riverhounds an opportunity. As that back heel from Molito backfires, and now Fondi. Fondi holding onto the ball, waiting for support. Now over to Rasmussen, and he'll switch fields to Montano now on the near side, and he'll send that ball in. But Arena skying to clear it. But not out of danger yet. Now Burke on the far side. Now the Riverhounds. Trying to work it along the near side, but Montano disrupts it. And we've got a Louisville City sub set to check in.
Charlie Adams is going to come out.
And number 17, Kevin Cossette, will replace Charlie Adams.
You saw Cassette after he had a less than auspicious debut starting in the back, but he moved to the midfield and played better in that second match, and that's where he'll be right now. So we'll see if he can bring some offense to this group.
As Louisville City obviously in need of a goal here, is in the 55th minute here, still down 1-0 on that penalty in that 45th minute.
Who are they giving some treatment to? Is that Guzman? We saw them tending to somebody.
And I believe that was actually Charlie Adams. That might partially be why his night is finished.
There it is.
That is indeed Charlie Adams.
Yep. Well, we said he's been having some leg issues.
He had
tended to now.
Because he had a hamstring injury earlier, but now Cossette crossing it in.
Well, at least Cossette making a little something happen on that side. Could have probably done a little bit more with the attempted cross, but putting a little pressure on the defense. Well, hasn't done that very often tonight.
So now Quinn over to Montano. Louisville City will try to get the attack started. Now Quinn in the middle of the field. Over to Murad. Now along the near side. Pittsburgh able to save it. Dahlman coming back to help. He gets that to Green. And Pittsburgh will reset as they switch fields. Just trying to find Molito there, but again on that artificial surface, sometimes hard to get your footing.
Now, Louisville's been pretty sound defensively all night as well. I mean, let's give credit there. Also, this is a very equally high, now literally equally high scoring team in Pittsburgh. They have the exact same number of goals on the year as Louisville does. Louisville's held them to very few chances as well, just 3 shots.
Louisville was trying to get something started along the left side, but now the counter on for the Riverhounds. A nice ball back, but Guzman's the only player there. It's now Illich. And I'll leave that off for Rasmussen. Up to Guzman, and that ball finding Fondi, but the flag is up for offside. Now the Riverhounds over to Arena. Now along the far side, a nice ball there. Reynolds giving chase. Ball sent back into the middle, but Burke disrupting it, gives it back to Molito, who sends the ball into the box. Green the shot. Goodwin saves it.
Trouble.
Sent back. This could be trouble, and it finds the back of the net. And Pittsburgh Riverhounds will go up 2-0 as Molito pouncing on that pass from Michael Green. And Goodwin frustrated with the ref there.
Ref going to confer with his assistant here. Not sure exactly on what. Take a look. Scotty Goodwin made a terrific save to start.
And the goal has been called back. As after conferring with the refs, we'll also have another substitution for Louisville City. As you have to feel for Molito there, as he's had a couple of opportunities. This Adam West coming on, and he replaces Enrique Montano, which will try and let everybody know what the call was there and why that goal was disallowed. And it was an offside call, the reason that goal was disallowed. Again, we'll get another look at that.
The call is offside. Watch it on the play right there. That's what the signal was, offside. And so that is when negated everything that happened after that. And saves Louisville's hide on that one, but dangerously close.
As it
Being a 2-0 game.
Did take the refs a while to confer on that play. Now Louisville City over to Illich and Quinn, and miscommunication there. And there's a Pittsburgh player going down, and the ref reaching in his pocket, and we'll have a card here that going against
Rasmussen, right?
looks like Magnus Rasmussen there. There's a late tackle.
Rasmussen's been a little quiet tonight on the offensive end, and usually if Fondi has been bottled up, he's the guy that's found a way to step up, but They haven't been able to get much going offensively. If you're just joining us, shots are just 4 each. And 2 saves for Scotty Goodwin, just 1 for Brown at the other end. So the defenses have been really sound.
And off the free kick, that ball sent in. Reynolds disrupts it. And now the chase to the end line, but Rasmussen unable to reach it. Now Burke sending that one up. Fondy will get on to the end of it. And a beautiful ball from Fondy. He'll hold on to it, takes the shot, deflected as Arena coming over to help. But it will stay with Louisville City on this end is now Rasmussen on the far side. He'll put the moves on, looking for Quinn. Quinn, the shot from distance takes a deflection.
Yep.
And we got a handball there. And this just outside of the box.
Oh, they want him to check with the assistant again to see if it's in the box for a penalty kick. Everybody pleading their case.
As he'll confer with the ref.
Let's take a look here. It's going to come right here. The drive from Quinn. Oh, that is all. From that angle, it's impossible to tell. He lands inside the box. Awfully close. Oh my goodness, they're going to say just outside. What a difference a matter of inches makes.
Because it looked like he started inside the box, came out just in time. But I could understand the Louisville City wanting to confer, because that arguably could have been a penalty. Again, at full speed, hard to tell.
Incredible the difference that 1 foot makes. So we'll be staring at a penalty kick with a chance to equalize. This is certainly a very dangerous place. Here it is again. Let's see if we get a different angle from here. Oh, that's, boy, that's close.
And right on the line.
And of course, his body's blocking his hand, so we're not sure when it strikes it, but it is
Quinn
very
takes
close.
the shot. Oh, that goes right into the wall. It'll be a corner for Louisville City. And again, that perhaps a little too close for a free kick, because you got to get that up and down very quickly.
They're going to have to take advantage of one of these, and it's not Montaneau taking the free kick now. It's going to be Cassette.
As Montaneau was replaced by Adam West. So now Cassette, a low cross into Guzman, and he'll send it into the box.
It is just terrific swarming defense. Every body that they can in there challenging for the high ball.
It's now Reynolds. Over to Murad. Up to West. And Cassette unable to control it there.
James O'Connor, understanding they just played Tuesday, playing again tonight, and they'll have another match on Wednesday, the last home match of the season. He's got to conserve some bodies here, and so he's going into his bench. He's already playing shorthanded. Kadeem Daker's not dressed for tonight.
There's Rasmussen being swarmed right there, and he'll have to send that one back. And Louisville City will have to restart from the back line. Now Reynolds. Guzman was looking for Rasmussen, and there's a foul there. Louisville City will get this free kick. They take it quickly, and the ref calls back. Is a couple of yards in front of the spot.
I think Louisville will be well served to try some quick restarts there, because when they've allowed this Pittsburgh defense to get set, there hasn't been a hole all night long.
As Louisville City has scored a couple times off of quick starts,
including the last match. So fast, we didn't know what happened.
it was the most bizarre sequence of events, of the way the whistle was called, and then the ref reaching, looking for another whistle, and then boom, all of a sudden it's in the back of the net. Is that ball sent in, but cleared by Pittsburgh, but only as far as Quinn. As West chips that ball in. And for a moment, is now out of danger for Pittsburgh as Louisville will have to restart. And they give it back to the Riverhounds. And Louisville City gets it back. So now Reynolds looking for Fondy. Fondy, nice position, a nice juggle there to maintain possession. And he'll send it over to Rasmussen. And Rasmussen loses it.
Yeah, one cleanly away that time. That's just a terrific defensive effort right there.
So there, a foul against Rasmussen. That's 4 yellow cards tonight in total. Of course, Juan Guzman will have to miss the next match for Louisville City. Rasmussen also picking up a yellow card, along with Willie Hunt and Robbie Vincent for the Riverhounds. Green trying to win it back for the Pittsburgh. And now the counter is on for Louisville City. Quinn sends it out wide to West. West sends it in, looking for Fondy. Has that been a low ball there? Now Burke. Looking for Rasmussen. Now Fondy with the chance. He's inside the box. Leaves it back for Cossette. The cross.
Oh!
And off the post. Not out of danger yet. And we've got a Pittsburgh player there down, as I believe Quinn may have caught him in the head. Of course, that completely incidental. And a couple of players down now is Brown. I believe Willie Hunt. And Willie Hunt holding his head.
Brown, the goalkeeper, holding his back. Take a look, this wild sequence starts over here with a nice flick to Fondy, who saves possession, plays it back. Cossette with the nice cross. The header off the bar. Now Quinn tries for the difficult, almost bicycle kick, and unfortunately makes contact with the opponent. Watch it, it'll be coming up here in a moment. There's the cross, beautiful ball, headed hard off the crossbar, and then bang, unfortunate. Quinn trying to go up and finish, and he put a pop on Hunt. Yeah, you don't like to be kicked in the head. You don't like to be volleyed in the head, and you don't like to be bicycle kicked in the head.
That's
Any
for
one
sure.
of those that's kind of going up the ladder in pain. And that is obviously something you don't want to take a chance with a head injury. He's still in a lot of pain, that's obvious.
And we'll see if his night could be finished, but he appears to.
This is about as painful.
Oh. My head hurts just watching
Now,
that.
the thing I don't understand is, how did Brown get hurt?
I think when he went up trying to save it, of course, going off the bar,
Twisted his
it looked
back?
like he maybe
Nobody
just,
hit him, did he?
No, nobody hit him. I think he might have just landed hard.
Wrenched
on
his back?
So he was still momentarily kind of holding his back.
Here it is again, watch. He dove, he landed awkwardly in the back of the net.
And he gets up, and you can see him just put his hand behind his back.
I think he just landed awkwardly. Seriously, you got to take a back seat when your teammates just got kicked in the head. No matter how awkwardly you land, you got to get out of the injury spotlight there.
It's now West on the far side.
Certainly a great chance for Louisville, framing one. First time they've come even that close.
70 minutes gone in this one, and Pittsburgh still up 1-0, and for just a moment they were up 2-0, but Michael Green was offside, so that goal being called back. So now West has Cossette, and he sends it up to Cossette, and that ball sent out of bounds, but the flag is up as Cossette was offside. got his big boot on this one.
He just effortlessly. he doesn't look. Looks like if he's trying to smack one, he can put one on goal.
There's a nice back heel there, and Illich might capitalize here. Illich crosses it, finds Rasmussen now on the far side, and he'll dribble back into the box. The shot! And there was a couple players in the vicinity as well as Cossette, Illich, and Fondy all there, but that going wide will be a goal kick to Pittsburgh.
Cossette has added an element of a little push here for Louisville. The 5'8" player from Quebec, Canada. Here's the end of that play. Trying to hook one into that far post. Just can't put it on goal, can't find Cossette, and it goes harmlessly in for a goal kick.
Cossette again playing much better when he plays as a left midfielder as opposed to a left back.
Yeah.
There's another substitution for Louisville City is Brian Burke. And the man in the mask tonight is Connor Shinoski. And right now you can see the straps on your screen, but when he comes on, hopefully we'll get a look at his face. But he is wearing a protective mask tonight.
Playing with the broken nose. Certainly that's a little dicey in any sport, but certainly this is the only one where you've got to get your head on the ball, so that is even more dicey for that young man.
As we'll see how he plays in the air tonight, or if he'll be perhaps a little hesitant as Illich is offside there.
Time running short here for the home squad in the 74th minute. They've only been able, this Louisville City team, to take 8 shots and only put 1 of them on goal.
As Molito will lose that one out of bounds. Will be a goal kick to Louisville City. There's Goodwin there looking for Illich. Guzman sending that one up. Rasmussen, can he catch it? He does. He sends the ball in. But a nice defensive play by Pittsburgh to clear it, and they're now trying to get their counter started.
Again, how calm they've been in the back. I mean, that was just a very dangerous ball, actually, and they just very calmly got it out of harm's way.
Now West. Over to Shinoski. Guzman. Trying to get that ball up to Reynolds. Now West again on the near side. Sends that ball up, was trying to find Cossette. Cossette unable to get a boot onto it.
Trying to mount a latter part comeback with guys who, quite frankly, haven't had a lot of minutes this year. Cossette, West, Illich to a degree.
As number 8, Michael Green, his night is finished. And he's being replaced by number 21, Nokioma. Of course, Michael Green involved in that second goal that was called back. He was offside. Now Brown. A long ball goes all the way into the hands of Goodwin. From goalie to goalie. As Reynolds unable to control it.
Jiro Kioma, who's just come on for Pittsburgh. Played for the High Point Panthers in his collegiate career. Played for the Indy 11 last year. Now with the Riverhounds. 6'2", big player.
Now a chance here, but Reynolds coming back. Sends that one out of bounds, but will stay with the Riverhounds. It's now Matthew Dahlman getting a long run up on this throw-in. And he sends a long ball into the box. But Reynolds heads it out.
Reynolds has been really sound in the air. And he showed that last match. He's done it again tonight.
And Louisville City tried to restart that off the goal kick, but we've got another substitution here for Pittsburgh. As number 11, Tyler Pasher, replacing number 18, Boris Ivanovic. Of course, Pasher a defender. So we might have a change in lineup for Pittsburgh as they'll want to try and preserve this 1-0 lead. It's actually been 2 defensive players subbed on for strikers.
Nicely defended there. That was dangerous. And can Louisville get a counter going here?
Now Quinn up to Illick. Illick able to control it somehow. Over to West. And up to Cossette. And Louisville City will reset from the midline.
Good yardstick is which way the 50-50 ball's going, and Pittsburgh has gotten certainly more than their share.
Reynolds was trying to head that one back into the box. And we'll stay with Louisville City, and we've got yet another substitution for the Riverhounds.
Lodo coming out. Cabrillo comes in for Aloto. One would assume there would be a steady stream of substitutions here. So take a little time off, and as you suggested earlier, get some defenders out there.
As Rasmussen was in the vicinity, but that ball too much pace, and Brown able to dive and scoop it up.
Louisville City fans, tonight's attendance is a record crowd for regular season, 8,414.
And just being announced, a record crowd in the regular season for Louisville City, 8,414.
That's remarkable. The only one more is when the MLS team came to town and Orlando City came in for the friendly.
Again, a look at the crowd, and it is certainly packed tonight. Of course, the weather's absolutely beautiful. That ball sent in.
Oh.
And looks like, I thought it might have taken an awkward deflection.
Yeah, me too. But Louisville's players didn't react, so obviously it was not. Just one of those awkward-looking plays. Louisville, I think right now, would be delighted if they could get on the board, get a point out of this.
The 81st minute, still down 1 to Pittsburgh. And Illick was racing onto it, but Brown punching it out. Ball staying with Louisville City. Now Guzman up to Cossette. Poor touch from Cossette. Quinn over to West. Down the near side. West.
Nope.
Sends that ball in.
Much too far to play that close to the keeper. He's got plenty of time to get out and get it. Brown has been confident doing that all night long.
Of course, Brown stands at an impressive 6'5". He's gone up a number of times and skied for balls in the air. So he's got quite the wingspan. Now Louisville City stringing a couple of passes together along the far side.
Look at that defensive shell right in the middle of the field. I mean, there are just no holes.
There's West. Unable to control it, but that ball will stay with Louisville City. And that ball going off of Illick. Back to Louisville City. Now Guzman almost careless with the ball. Now Goodwin having to get it out in a hurry. Quinn pounces on this ball. Now a chance for Louisville City. But again, excellent defending by Pittsburgh. Now Rasmussen swarmed in the middle, nothing he could do there as the Riverhounds pick it up. Now Burke. It's now Fondy along the near side, but he can't control it either as that ball will go back to Pittsburgh on the throw-in. Now the man in the plastic mask, Connor Shinosky, to West. Triangle set up there by Louisville City, and Cossette trying to bend that one back in. A little too far off balance. Go out for a goal kick. Pittsburgh. As Juan Guzman's night is finished, being replaced by number 16, Nate Pollock.
James O'Connor trying to push all the buttons to figure out a way to get any kind of a result here at home tonight. Pittsburgh looking for an enormous 3 points in their quest to nail down that 6th and final playoff spot in the Eastern Conference.
As Fondy giving it away. And now Pittsburgh, but Reynolds racing back. And Reynolds beaten initially.
Great perseverance by Reynolds.
There's a Tyler Pasher there, a substitute. A nice series of moves.
Louisville City fans, tonight's man of the match voted by you is number 4, Aiden Quinn.
And the man of the match tonight, as voted by you, the fans, Aiden Quinn.
If somebody puts one in the back of the net right now, they need a revote. Louisville has been very, very successful in their last stretch of 10 matches. 8 wins, 1 loss, 1 draw in that of a possible 30 points. They've got 25. That's pretty strong by anybody's standards.
Now a momentary pause in action as Pittsburgh was waiting to restart. Cossette being pressured, able to hold on to it. It's Quinn now getting it up to Rasmussen, who finds Illick on a curling run. Illick now inside the box. And Fondy was there, and he let it by him as there was a couple other guys. Pollock racing onto it. It's now West. West goes down, draws the foul.
Dangerous spot for a free kick. Louisville's going to need some restart magic here.
There's Kevin Cossette lining up on this shot. And he sends it in.
Nobody there able to come on from the back.
It's now Pittsburgh, and their counter's on. And the flag goes up. And it took a while there as everybody was looking at the side judge. And ultimately, Robbie Vincent was off.
Didn't put up much of a protest. I think he knew it.
That ball in the box now for Louisville City. Illick.
They have been so good defensively, though. Look at this. There's no room.
Again, Pittsburgh. Their defense has been on point tonight, not giving any Louisville City players any room to work with once it gets inside the box. There's Brown punching it out.
Louisville wanted a handball that he was out of the box.
Now Rasmussen.
Did the official call play on there or not call a foul?
As Fondy raising his hands up, asking the same questions.
Well, Louisville would have gladly taken a free kick right there on the very edge of the box. Once again, it goes goalie to goalie.
As you can hear the fans not happy with that call. Entering the 90th minute here, and Louisville City, not a whole lot of time left, depending on stoppage time, to try and find an equalizer and clinch their spot in the playoffs.
Well, a tie doesn't get them in, does it? I think they have to win, so
well,
they still have some work left to do regardless. But on the foul, here's the replay of the play before. Take a look. As he come out and punch it outside the box? No question. Has no doubt about that.
Missed call by the ref.
Oh my goodness, he's a good yard out of the box.
As Illick could not believe it, standing in disbelief.
Sometimes you get those calls, some nights you don't, but that one was a blatantly missed call there, no question about that. See how much stoppage time.
4 minutes here of stoppage time.
No, Louisville's going to have about as much time as they give you in some extra soccer. So we'll see if they can find some magic.
Now Quinn over to West, to Cossette now on the near side. Ah! Cossette up to Pollock.
I mean, they've got everybody in the world in the box there.
That ball sent in. Fondy going down. Now West. Over to Cossette. This ball crossed in. The shot, and again the header is just off the frame.
That was
as Illick.
Just over the bar. I don't think that touched the bar. The other one was solidly on the frame, but Illick just couldn't get on top of that.
That's the second chance for Illick. He was almost able to find the back of the net.
It's the play where the fans wanted a foul for Fondy, but I don't think you're going to get that call. Certainly not at this stage. And here is the cross. Illick with a clear head on it, but puts it over the bar.
Now Shinosky sends it up to Cossette. And West.
Oh my.
Poor touch there.
Oh boy.
Go out of bounds to Pittsburgh.
Again, he hasn't had a lot of playing time, and those are the kinds of things that happen.
Murad able to win it back. Up to Quinn. Time definitely not on Louisville City's side.
Again, just rock solid in the back. No misplays, no miscues. Two highly explosive teams are in stoppage time with 1 goal between them, and that is a rarity.
Now West.
Got to play a little boom ball and hope at this stage.
That ball sent up. Brown racing to punch it out. And that ball going out of bounds will stay with Louisville City. That's perhaps the last chance for Louisville City. That ball sent in, and Brown with an athletic move there to sky for that ball.
Trying to beat a 6'5" goalkeeper who has shown great aggression in going and getting high balls.
As we're now in the 94th minute. This perhaps the last minute of the game. So now Illich heads it in, almost finds Fondy, but can't quite get his foot onto it. As Brown scoops it up.
More than happy to get that big foot on a drop kick. It's going to be a throw for Pittsburgh, and that might put the final nail in it. Very good decision there. That'll eat up a good 20 seconds right there alone.
As number 2, Morris Uma, coming on for Pittsburgh in the waning seconds.
I think you're going to hear a whistle here very, very soon.
Just waiting for this ball to be sent in off the throw-in. Still no whistle here. We're now past 4 minutes of stoppage time. It's all but a formality now.
That'll do it.
And there is the final whistle here in Louisville Slugger Field. As the lone goal coming off of that penalty kick, a beautiful penalty kick taken by Robbie Vincent. That happening at the end of the first half. You can see a number of Louisville City players unhappy with that one, but a massive 3 points for Pittsburgh. So that helps keep their playoff hopes alive.
Pittsburgh came into the match tied with the Charlotte Independents with 32 points. That gives them now obviously 35. Louisville pretty well clear of the 3rd place Charleston Battery, but still had hopes of running down the Rochester Rhinos, and that's going to be a painful final result tonight for them. They get nothing at home, just their 3rd loss of the season, and you can see it in the look on James O'Connor's face. Not happy about the result tonight as his team comes up empty against the Pittsburgh Riverhounds.
On behalf of our production team, Turbo Sports Group, and all of those at Louisville City FC, for Bob Valvano, I'm Jim Womble. Once again, the final score from Louisville Slugger Field is the Pittsburgh Riverhounds 1, Louisville City 0. So long from Louisville.